I took LOVEYHUASCA every day for 3 months, and what did it do to me? That's such a stupid clickbait title, but let's see if it works. So, um, this is a personal story, and I guess I'm sharing this to give you an idea of how you can mend a broken heart. And you don't need to use LOVEYHUASCA or anything else, but um, maybe I needed to use it because I didn't have anybody to give me the advice that I'm giving you now. I don't know, or maybe you will want to use it and maybe it can help. But I don't like to think like you need something to help you. But anyway, so when my second wife, the love of my life, B, broke up with me, or we split, we can say, um, due to some craziness, um, I was really heartbroken, and um, I was so depressed, and I just didn't want to get out of bed, and um, yeah, I just didn't feel like life was really worth anything for me, and um, so, but I had to keep working at least, and also I wanted to feel better, so I started taking LOVEYHUASCA every day as soon as I woke up, basically. And LOVEYHUASCA is, I've made a video about that before, but it's just like Syrian rue is the easiest harmala source. So I think I was taking like 2 grams of Syrian rue powder, seed powder. Um, and of course, it interacts with any medications that interact with MAOI, so be careful with that. And then I would take, once I would feel the rue, I would take 1 gram of Acacia confusa powder. And I must have been mixing it into some chocolate because it doesn't really have it has more of an ayahuasca effect, DMT ayahuasca effect, unless you mix it into cream or something fatty. But I don't really recall exactly how I was taking it. But anyway, I was definitely getting the LOVEYHUASCA NMT effect, heart chakra focus, which is exactly what I needed. And maybe just by luck, because I don't think at that time I really understood how the fat, mixing it in the fat is necessary for the NMT effect. But anyway, so yeah, it was giving me like this kind of universal love feeling, and so that was helping. I mean, it didn't completely replace the romantic love feeling that I was looking for, but um, it allowed me to feel like life is worthwhile, life is good. I can share something good with the world, and um, I continued to meditate, about my feelings for B every day, and eventually, I don't know exactly how, but I kind of learned through this process that love is really not what I thought it was. It's not uh, missing someone or longing for someone or enjoying someone or any of that. That in English, our word love is so vague and ambiguous, meaning many things, but real love, like divine love, agape or metta in Pali, um, is when you want someone to be happy. You want the best for someone. So when I kind of realized that, and this is not like some kind of like realization that, that I had or that I mean, it's like pretty much everybody already knows this, I guess, if they have been around for a little bit. But there's a difference between like kind of knowing it in the back of your mind and like really, really knowing it. So yeah, it took me, uh, about 3 months to really know it. And but I started practicing when I would think of B, instead of missing her, I would send her love, and I would imagine her being happy and healthy and peaceful. And that image of her happy and healthy made me happy, and that's real love. And so I suspect that that shift in my visualizations was helpful to her in some regard, maybe if she was at all energetically open to it. Um, but it was definitely helpful for me, because now when I would think of her, I would feel good instead of feeling bad. um, and yeah, I mean, I still missed her, yeah, but it wasn't the primary feeling that I was feeling when I was thinking of her. The primary feeling was this love and sending love kind of experience. So yeah, after 3 months, I didn't need the LOVEYHUASCA anymore, and I was much more able to accept the situation. And yeah, so I've counseled a number of people who have gone through similar breakups and so forth, and it's interesting. So, a lot of people are actually angry at their ex for leaving them. I mean, I was never. I don't think I was. Well, okay. At first, at the very first bit, I was angry when I was leaving her. I actually kind of, in some way, felt like I needed to be angry in order to leave her because if I wasn't angry, then my heart was just too soft and I couldn't leave. I say I left, she left, I left. It's sort of complicated to understand, but basically, anyway, yeah, it's not so important, the details, but yeah, I was in some way like she left the relationship and I left the she left the marriage and I left the actual, like, the entire relationship, because I couldn't feel like, I felt so bad being close to her without being her husband, basically, without being her romantic, ideal and so forth. So yeah, and so yeah, I mean, at this point, I've healed enough that I would be very happy for her, even if she were happier with another person than me. I would be so happy that she was happy. But at that time, I could not, I could not get to that level of love. And yeah, so if you are angry at your ex or your soon-to-be ex for no longer seeing you as their romantic ideal and possibly wanting to be with someone else, I would say don't be angry, because first of all, anger is a poison, but second of all, it's there's no reason to blame someone for their feelings changing. Everybody is just feeling whatever they're feeling in the moment. Um, we can't control what our next thoughts or feelings will be. I mean, we can, so like, we can work on deepening our love for someone. So right now, if I work on deepening my love for someone, then chances are good that in the next moment I will have more love for them. But on the other hand, various things can happen in a relationship. Not It's not all about you, right? So your partner may do something which makes you feel unsafe or unloved, and you may say, and maybe it's not even what you thought it was, but in any case, it affects you, and so you pull away, for better or worse, and it's just, that's how it happens. That's how it happened. But uh, there's no need to blame. And if you saw the person in an idealized way before, and you thought that they would never leave you, well, you were wrong. right? You were just wrong. And so you misunderstood that person, perhaps. And maybe you misunderstood yourself and the relationship between you. Um, it's very normal for when you're in love or even infatuated to idealize the person and to not really see how they really are. And I think that as love deepens, you will be able to have a better picture of how they really are because you don't need to idealize them in order to love them anymore. You love them in a deeper way, not based on some mental fabrication of some perfect ideal that they are not. So basically, we trick ourselves at the beginning in general, and then we get angry at the other person because we tricked ourselves. Well, that's not fair. We also don't need to be angry at ourselves for tricking ourselves. That's just the way that, you know, biology works. Um, and maybe we can learn something from it. Maybe next time we can be a little bit more clear headed, a little bit more careful without closing our heart, being open to love. Or maybe we'll decide that romantic love is not for us, and that's okay too. Because you can still experience divine love without romantic love, and probably even in a deeper way. Maybe, depending on the person. But, hmm. So, hmm. I hope this personal story has been helpful. Um, I think if I were to give it an honest title, I might say how LOVEYHUASCA helped me to learn what real love is. Something like that. Much love to you. Mwah.